Okay, I need to make this second video here. This is part 2 of the BBB being the internet police. Anyways, I mentioned before about behavioral marketing. I really didn't go into it because I remember hearing about it and reading about it, and I was just checking it out in my textbook, and I went to Wikipedia to try to get a definition here that I could put online. And basically, behavioral targeting or marketing refers to publishers and advertisers. What they do is they use your browser. Whenever a lot of people don't know this, but whenever you go to a website and you look at things, and really depends on how much time you spend on that website, but it'll put cookies on your browser. And what happens is, says when a consumer visits a website, the pages they visit, the amount of time they view each page, the links they click on, the searches they make and interact with, allow sites to collect the data and other factors, creating a profile that links to that visitor's web browsers. As a result, the site publishers can use this data to create defined audience segments based upon visitors that have similar profiles. Okay, so this is basically what it is profiling. And I don't know if they use a software or what. But if you don't know about this stuff, then I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get in trouble for not notifying your customers or anything like that. And so that's basically what behavioral targeting or marketing is. And so unless you are actually proactively doing that, I wouldn't worry about it. I would still put some kind of disclaimer on your site. But like I said, I've got all the documents you need. I can give them to you in um, uh, Microsoft Word form, and all you got to do is go in there and fill in the blanks, and basically that's it. Now, I looked at this FTC guide. I was looking at it a little further because, like I said in the other video, I had what I'll do is I look at things, I kind of skim over them, and if I've got time, I'll read it. But anyway, so I was actually just read this, and this is something worth reading. But again, if you're just affiliating some things, got some affiliate links or whatever, I wouldn't really worry about it too much, because this covers basic. I'm looking at this, and in my marketing class, because I'm a private investigator, but I'm also into marketing and journalism. So in my marketing class, and it has it right here in my textbook that I've got sitting in front of me right now, and it's the basic stuff that I learned in my textbook about being, and a lot of it talks about, being on TV infomercials and things like that. Maybe like a college student earned a reputation as a video expert, maintains personal web blogs. So it just really depends on if you're endorsing things. So if you're writing about something and claiming to be an expert, you better be an expert. But these rules have been in place for a long time, so this is really nothing new. The thing about it is if you're endorsing something, mostly if you're endorsing something, make it known. Hey, the company gave me this free game to check it out, and here's my review. Or you could say something like, it gives one example in here about a woman that goes and tries a new dog food, so she decides to write about it on her blog. And that's not considered an endorsement because she paid for it with her own money. But it gives several examples here. So like paid actors on TV and things like that. So really, before you put your signature on anything, or just and that's where the disclaimers come in, because if you're just picking some product out of the blue and you decide you're going to write a review on it and try to sell it, then you need to let people know that you're doing that for a commission. You're affiliated or whatever with that. But if I'll give you a good example. Like me, I use PC Pro to keep my computer running fast, and it does a really good job. So I got an affiliate link and I affiliate to it. But I make it known on my little review that I did about it that I used it. I personally use it. I've been using it for 3 years, and it works fine. It works beautiful. And it's got a one-time, whatever. But I'm not trying to plug that. But the point is I make it known in my article that I personally use that product, and I am endorsing it. I put, you don't want to get on there and say, oh, well, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you've never even touched the product, and but you're claiming it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You can't do that. And so really all this stuff where they're freaking out or whatever, but it really still kind of pisses me off about how they're, giving the BBB that much authority, because they're a private non-profit organization. And where do they say that a private non-profit organization has any right or authority to enforce law? That, some people may argue with me. Sorry, Ethan, you might argue with me on that. But it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing because it opens the door. So now any organization that can claim to be private, can start enforcing law. Really? I mean, I don't, you can't give that kind of authority to a private organization, whether they're non-profit or for-profit. You can't give them that kind of authority. And once you give an organization like that authority, that opens the door for other organizations. I don't like some of the things people say, but I'm a firm believer in the First Amendment. And I can't say, I can't go out there and say, well, he should be condemned and he should be shut up for saying this or that, no matter how bad it is. I could really totally despise whatever that person says, but I am going to defend his freedom of speech right down to the end. And you have to be like that, because once you open a door like that, you're not going to get it closed. And it's like a leak in a dike. Once that water starts trickling through a little hole, next thing you know, it's a bigger hole, bigger hole, bigger hole. Next thing you know, the whole valley's flooded. So, it opens doors, and we don't need that in our country. We really do not need that. So no matter how much you dislike something or whatever, you have to choose our freedoms and our liberties and our rights over however you feel about a certain topic or something like that, because it's important. It really is important, and they're taking our freedoms every day. They are just chiseling away at our freedoms and our liberties every day. So stand up for yourself. Don't fall for them scammers trying to scare you into buying some products that you don't need. If you're just a blogger and maybe you have some affiliate links or whatever on there, just the general rules will work. I mean, it's not, what are they going to do? They ain't going to do nothing, I mean, especially if you just, if you're a nobody anyways, I mean, like me, I'm a nobody, so they're not paying attention to me, but I write. I talk about things I know about. If I haven't actually used it, I've researched it, and I make it known in my articles. So that's basically all you got to do. You got to just let people know where you stand, where you are, what you've used, what you haven't used. Put your general privacy rights on there, your third-party disclaimers and terms, conditions, things like that. Like I said, I've got all that paperwork. I'll throw in a copy of this if you want it. Send me a couple dollars through my PayPal. I need it. Something. I mean, because I was actually going to put those out there for sale, because I put a lot of work into creating those, and but I would just rather build a base of trust. So if you really need them or whatever, just let me know. Leave me a comment on my website below the video, and I hope this helped. Have a good day.